Hey there guys, just going to go over a little bit of Google Plus training today. So the first thing we'll go over is how to schedule. There's a couple of different ways that you can schedule a Google Plus Hangout. The first one is to go to your Google Plus and under Home, go ahead and head over to Hangouts. And you can simply start a Hangout on air, which is live for everyone to see. And you can see by going here right now that you'll see that there are some Hangouts going on right now. And some of these you can just join and some of them you can just watch. It's kind of cool. You can see all the fun things, like this kid's playing some video games. We could just stream in and watch him do that. It looks like this is having a global Marco focus, so there's lots of cool Hangouts that you could look and join on what's going on right now. And this is where you would simply start a Hangout on air of your own. You can give it a name, tell people what it's about. You can do it now or you can schedule it later. And you can choose who your audience is going to be as well. So you do need to have an audience listed in order to be able to schedule it. So what we'll do is we will schedule a VA Q&A. The questions are going to be, how do I get started looking for clients? And for new VAs who want help learning how to find and catch clients. And let's go ahead and schedule that later. Let's schedule that for next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Let's go back up here. 10 a.m. and let's say it's going to be 1 hour long, and that's going to be Mountain Time. And I'm going to invite my groups, my VA groups, and we're going to go ahead and share that. Takes just a minute. Okay, so now if we have the events page, so this is where the event is created and people will be able to join. This is where I will start it from when I am ready next Wednesday at 10 o'clock, probably about quarter till. I'll go ahead and start that. And when you start it, then that's when you're going to be doing the recording. You can edit the event, you can share the event. You can add links to the event, and this is where people will be able to ask questions as well. So you're going to see that under events. So we were in Hangouts and now we're under events. So now we've scheduled one event. Let's go back over to Hangouts. The video Hangouts are private. So this is something that if I just wanted to go in and chat with my business partner, I would just go in here and start the Hangout there. Now another way to schedule events is to do that through your YouTube channel, and you just go into the Creator Studio. So you click on your picture and go to Creator Studio, and this is going to create a different type of event. Okay, did I not click on it? There we go. And we're going to go into Video Manager and live events. So you will see a list of the events that you have had and a list of events that you have participated or scheduled there on your page. And so we're going to create a new live event. And the live event is going to be called Testing, and we're going to schedule it for also next Wednesday. We'll schedule it for 10 o'clock a.m. and we're going to have an end time of 11 o'clock. We just want it to go for an hour. And we're going to make this unlisted so that when it is saved onto, so that I can go ahead and put some bumpers on it. So that's going to get saved into my YouTube channel. And this is just testing event. And you can put in any tags so that it can be found there. And we're just going to click create event. So now that's going to show up at the bottom of our list. This is the one that we just created. And you can go in and edit the information there on the event, and this is where you're going to go to start it. So I'll just go ahead and click Start Event. And you can see my camera is just showing my desktop here. I have it sitting here on the desktop, so don't worry about that. So now what's going to happen is, you can see my screen here. We are going to, I'm going to need to lower this. I wonder if it'll let me lower this so you can see the bottom of my screen. So when I'm ready to start the event, I'm going to click Start Broadcast, and that will be the starting of the recording of the broadcast. So this is the same when you go in and you click Start Broadcast under Events on Google Hangouts. This is the screen that you will see, and you'll have this option to start broadcast. It gives you a countdown like 3, 2, 1 or something, and you'll see that counting. So this up here is the navigation bar for how you manage your screen. So you can add people here. I could add anybody who's in my circles. I would just click here to add them, or I can email them this link as well, which is also the link of the URL right up here at the top. So you can see this URL. That's the link that you would share for anybody just to watch. That's the link that you would share. Okay, you can turn off your microphone here. You can turn off your camera here. You can adjust your bandwidth. So if it's skipping when you're watching someone, or if they're skipping when they're watching you, you want to adjust your bandwidth. And you can also adjust your settings. So here is where I'm going to tell it what camera I'm using, what microphone I'm using, and you can do a test voice and that kind of thing to make sure that you can hear what's going on. So the next feature right up here is the chat. When you turn on the chat, anyone who is participating in the Hangout with you, they'll enter information down here below. They enter the information and it will show up on your list. And so that's the chat, and you can just turn that on and off. So if someone says, hey, I'm going to put it in the chat, that's how you're going to see that. We can do a screen share where I could show you something that's going on my screen. By turning this on, you would see what's going on my screen, and then you just again click it to turn it off. This is where you can capture a picture of what's going on. So if someone's doing something silly, you can grab a picture. This is the cameraman tool, which I really don't ever use. This is the control room. And in the control room is where you're going to control, maybe someone says that your volume is too loud. You can turn off your camera, turn on your mic again. So I don't really use that a lot either. This is a new feature that has just recently been added, which is kind of cool. You can actually draw on the screen. It just takes a minute for it to show up. And so your partner, whoever is on the Hangouts with you, would need to download this as well. But what you can do is you can draw onto the screen. It's kind of cool. So it's just kind of fun to do. So you can draw on the screen, and then we can throw that in trash. You can put stamps on the screen, like here's a little crown or an arrow, and you can put that in the trash. You can also write text on your screen. So this is really helpful if you are, oh, you type in the text here, I see. So if you're just doing some fun things, you can just play around with that. So that's another little feature that's been added. And then I have my webinar jam up here. And I have Google Effects is a fun little thing where you can add, like it showed before, it had a little crown, like you can add crowns. There's noises that you can add. There's hats that you can add. There's face masks that you can add, and fun little things that you can do over here. Let's hear the applause. You won't hear it because my headphones are in. I hear it in my headphones, but you won't hear it. So those are the effects that you can add, and you can also add a random effects, and this is how you remove all of the effects down here. So basically that's how you run your Google Hangout. So what happens is if there's multiple people, they'll show up down here on the screen. You can hover over their image and you can mute them. There'll be a little mic and you can click to mute them. You can turn off their camera. You can also eject them from the Hangout down there below. So they'll just be lined up here. These are the things that you can do here. You can hide them from the broadcast, you can mute them, and you can eject them. You can check out their profile, whatever you'd like to do. And if that has a solid line around it, then you're locked in on them. So if you'd want it to switch back and forth between the different people that are talking, then you don't want to have that locked. And if someone else is locked, you'll see, like if one of my partners was on and it was locked on them, they would have to unlock it from them so that it goes back and forth. And so this is you would also grab down here on the bottom, let me just show you further down. This is where you're going to grab the links that you're going to share and your embed code. So if you wanted to have this video to be embedded on your website, this is where you would grab the embed code, or this YouTube page where they could just go and watch the Hangout. So basically that's the nuts and bolts of Google Hangouts. Let me know if you have any questions about how to use it, or if you've run into any problems. I'll try and help the best I can. But that's how you schedule it, how you get into it, and the different buttons and options that you have. And again, it's Sheila with LeapfrogVANetwork.com, and I'd love to have you come and join the network. And so I can help you find clients, so I can help you build your business, so I can give you some training and some coaching, and I look forward to seeing you there at LeapfrogVANetwork.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.